I think the normal ones are like, oh, you're an actor? What are you in? I'm like,
In your ass. That's what
I was.
Me.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
So I think that's a part of it too, is kind of like allowing yourself not to judge yourself, one,
That's big.
which, we're humans, so sometimes it's just gonna.
Yeah.
But yeah, finding that community so that you can exist in a space where you're not comparing this or comparing that. You're just putting it out there. You're just
And I think too, like learning, because I feel like my comparison comes in like, okay, like, oh, am I supposed to be doing that? Like, am I supposed to be doing that? Am I supposed to be doing that? Like, am I doing enough?
Right.
And I feel like, honestly, I've been reading The Artist's Way. Have you read that?
I have not, but I've heard tell of it.
You
Please
need
do.
to read The Artist's Way
Okay.
because it's so I hate self-help books because I'm like, stop telling me what to do. Like
I think that was my version as well. I was like,
I'm like, do not tell me what to do.
I don't need that. I know everything.
No, what do you mean? I'm very smart. I don't need that. No, but so I started reading it and I realized it's a very human in how it describes things. And then it's like week 1, you do things. So you do morning journals every day. You do like 10 tasks in the week. And like I make it so that like if I'm, like I'll put like 1 task a day or 2 tasks a day. But I say that like I'm on week 7 now.
Nice.
And right, I'm pretty proud of myself. But I'm week 7 and I'm like, it's making me release a lot of control and making me feel like, okay, divine timing. I believe in like God and
Yeah.
I'm more spiritual than like religious, but like I feel like divine timing and how things are like the synchronicities of life and how it's like once I started kind of letting go and realizing like things will happen when I'm kind of not trying to like grasp on things.
The desperation is
Yeah.
not good,
Yeah.
like in so many ways, but it's to that point. Do you ever find that like the auditions where I be not giving a shit,
Yes.
it's always the one they're like, we want you, and I'm like, really?
Yes.
I thought I was shit. And then the ones where you're like trying so hard, you're putting your best foot forward, it's just like, really? Not even a callback? I guess y'all could sense my desperation.
I went in for recently. I auditioned for Dreamgirls
Oh, word.
on Broadway. Obviously, I didn't get it. I'm here yet.
Yeah.
But that's like my dream role, and I think I put so much like on it.
Yeah.
And when I went in there, I got cotton mouth. I've never had that in my entire life.
God,
I literally was like, and I was like, this is not happening to me. This is not real. And I literally left. I sobbed in the car. It was so bad. It was so, I know, it was so bad. But
that sucks.
But I will say that in looking back, I feel like, okay, yeah, I think I care too much. That's kind of what we're talking about.
Right.
Cared a little bit too much. And in doing that, I was then creating this like false self of like what I thought they needed and they wanted. And so I was like, how can I be Dina? Like, how can I be this
Right.
that they're looking for when in reality it's like, maybe you need to be you.
Yeah. Which is like,
And that's hard with roles because they're like, here's the breakdown, here's exactly what you need to be. And you're like, okay, yeah, but I actually want John's version of that.
it's
Like,
so
that's kind of
crazy
powerful too.
how literally they tell us that.
Yeah.
Even in dance class,
Yeah.
Gigi and them would be like, just do it your way, just be you. And it's just like, that's a trick. Like, it's like, surely you don't want me to just be me. And it's like literally the moment that you do that and you relax enough to kind of let your true self shine through, that's when the good stuff happens for you. But no, it's true. Like, it's very much like having to relinquish that control and like let things just happen. Which funny enough, I've kind of been applying that to like learning choreo lately.
Yep. I was gonna say,
Especially when it's like very difficult. Instead of me like harping on it, like, okay, what was that move? Okay, and then that move. I have to remind myself, like, motherfucker, you love to dance and you can dance, so just watch it and mirror what you see and let it come out however. And it has worked. And like sometimes I'm amazed.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, oh shit, I retained that. That's crazy. But it's like literally the art of relax, and trust yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
You're enough. And that's what I have to tell myself.
but people say that stuff all the time, but it always sounds like a generic, like, oh yeah, be yourself, yeah, trust yourself. And it's like, no, actually, yes.
No, actually, like,
it works.
and like authentically yourself.
Exactly.
I think that's why I love dance too, and I love the way that you dance because it's so authentically you.
I try to bring that
Yeah, no, you do.
because a bitch has lived a lot of life and I got a lot of pain and all
Mhm.
kinds of stuff inside. And I just feel like you need that outlet to let that out. If I'm not
1000%.
being myself to let that out, then it's like, what is the reason? Like, what are we even doing? You know?
And I love, and this is no shade, but I love people that dance like a you, like a me, because, or like, I'm trying to think of, I have other examples too,
Right,
but
right,
because it doesn't look like anybody else.
right.
And that's what attracts
That's
me.
my standard.
Because then I'm like, the fact that you can move like that, and I know that's John. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's really great to see.
Thank you.
And it's very freeing for me to see too.
Because when we what was the piece that Gigi taught? Something about my love.
Oh yeah.
You got no show me love, baby. I was like, Khafira, Baba.
Well, you know, it's so funny about dance is so for a really long time, even in high school, I mean, I did ballet and like I did all that
Yeah, 'cause I was
nines
just
and
gonna
the
ask you,
training
like,
and
what's your like background with dance?
yeah,
Like, what's your like-
so I was trained in ballet and I did that until I was like 12, so I didn't go all the way. Like I wasn't like real. And then I did tap dancing and I did ballroom when I was in middle school. Um, and then when I was in high school, I was horrible at dance. Like I did really bad. I was really, really bad. I'm not.
What do you mean?
I mean, like I still to this day have like a scar of like people tell me like you cannot dance. They'll be like you cannot dance.
That's so
And
fucked up.
but
Because
I
that shit can stay with you.
no, it does. And like I remember it was choreo. Like I would be in musicals in high school. Like we did anything goes. I could not. I didn't know the choreo till opening night. And I'm talking about like which kind of makes sense because I still don't know choreo. But like
I was gonna say though, till opening night,
yeah.
because then you have to rely on your what? Your instinct.
Exactly. And also the like adrenaline, right? So then they were like, oh, you finally can. So I always have been like that like showy thing. But then when I was in college, I was taught by Robert Bale, which I love him so much. He is really great. Everyone should look him up. But he does like SNL and oh yeah. And but he was like, you and he meant this as a compliment, but it meant and it helped me a lot. He was like, you dance so weird. And I was like, think he was like, I like it. And it was very much like I was like he like the star, and I think I needed that kind of triumph and like and you know in dance too, when you're the star, they go in on you.
Yeah.
It's very much like you're not doing it this, you're not that. So I was picked on hard in his class, but it pushed me and it made me feel like, okay, I'm seeing this element. And honestly, I just started dancing with Playground recently because I felt like I would dance in my room. I called myself like a mimicker because it was like I would watch Beyonce and then I would just do her choreo and be like, I know I can dance like that. But I never could. Like technique is not my. That's why anytime we turn, I'm like, I can't turn.
Not trained, and that's something I'm working on right now.
You weren't trained?
No, not at all. See, I'm one of those people. I'm a big mimicker. My best friend,
That's crazy.
my best friend, she was trained hard body, and I would hang out with her a lot. And she was one of those minds. When Sierra would drop a music video, by that night she knew all the choreo and was like teaching it to us. Like she was one of those. So I didn't train, but I had proximity to somebody who very much trained, and so I would always like feed off of her, and that's where I kind of learned how to basically fake it till I make it. But yeah,
Wow. I mean, I had to, with all that stuff too, I mean, with jazz and all that stuff, like I did all that training, like jazz and stuff in college, I had to. But with hip hop, I mean, I followed Gigi for a long time and I was like obsessed with her. And so I was like, I gotta take her class. And then I was like, wait, you could just like take a class for $18? Like, this is kind of crazy. I was like, the access is kind of insane.
you can just come in here.
Yeah, like you could just like dance. And then I was like, oh shit, I'm dancing. And I kind of like the idea of like no one knowing me because I felt free, you know?
And that's what I'm going to talk to also is like the way your ego can also play a role because, and me and Gigi, because I'm in her privates right now, we had to talk about this recently. She was like, y'all don't realize I be about to shit myself every time I'm teaching y'all because the pressure of like, oh, I taught this fire ass piece this one time. I have to one up that. And I'm like, okay, good to hear that from you because even in my small experience of being in the class, if I know that I went the fuck off last week in a certain piece, and this week you're teaching something that I'm not going the fuck off in, and I know eyes are on me because they knew that I went off last time.
Oh, yes.
Now I'm in my head like, oh my God, I'm not doing as good as I did last time. And it's like, that's not what this is about. Get that out of here.
It's
like
hard,
cut that shit out.
I mean, I think that I think like I feel like it's good in some ways because it's expectations they're putting on yourself, but then also it is hard because it is ego. Yeah. And it's like, okay, and now I'm like in my head. I feel like with me, like once she kind of started noticing me and then like saying notes, I was like, oh, not that I can't take critique, but then I was like, oh, she's watching me. And it was so funny because
it's like, oh shit.
no, and it's so funny because when I was like talking with my cousin after, I'm like, I feel like I could feel what she's thinking, because that was the same looks that I would get from Robert, where he's like, you're not doing that. She don't care that much. She don't care. And I'm like, oh my God. And I was like, oh no, she's thinking the same thing. And it was so funny because recently we had a conversation and she was like, yeah, you need to do this and this and this and this. And I was like, I know I do. And I don't know when that's gonna happen, but I'll work on it.
I think at the core of it, to go back to what we were talking about in the beginning, it's like you just gotta remember to have fun.
Yeah.
And that's really what it comes down to. It's like, are we not having fun? Like, why am I not having fun shaking ass? Like, why am I putting, like, I'm treating it like a fucking chemistry equation? It's like, no, just shake some ass. Let me let loose. Be free.
And the same thing with acting, the same thing with singing. It shows. Yep. It shows.
When you're trying too hard.
When you are trying too hard in your head and everything. I mean, I remember I took like 2 weeks off and then I came back. And I think Show Me Love or something. It was something like that. That was like the first one when I came back. And I was like, oh, I forgot. I love to dance.
Yeah.
I just like how it feels.
Yeah.
It's just expression.
Good for the body.
It's good for the body. It is. And it's like, we can move. We know that, period. And I love what she's like, you're capable, your whole body. Like, people can't do this. It's true.
And it's also, to be fair, our egos dictating us judging ourselves, because why the hell would you try to compare yourself to somebody like Gigi or anybody who has been training since they were 3 years old nonstop?
Yeah.
Of course you're not that good. Like, why would you be upset? And I've had to check myself in moments where I'm like, bitch, calm down. Like, it's just class.
That's myself too. It's actually not that serious.
Like, we're not like, treating patients in an ER. We are dancing. Like, calm down. Yeah. But that brings me to my next point with you, with acting world. How do you navigate that same kind of thing with like acting auditions, in terms of like, you kind of told me a little bit about like the Dreamgirls thing, but like in general, I guess not even how you navigate the actual career part of it. How do you navigate your peers and people who ask you stuff about dance? Like, what are some of the most annoying questions you get about dance, about acting?
I think the normal ones are like, oh, you're an actor? What are you in? I'm like,
in your ass.
I was.
Me.
Oh, really? Oh, really? I'm like, let me think of like 5 things I have to say.
I get like the sweats. I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah, and then you feel like this, you have to prove yourself. Yep. Like, I had to, no, I did this, and this, and I don't know. I mean, that question, I think from people who don't understand. Luckily, I come from a family of artists, so they support me and they're like, go ahead, like, do things. But when my other family members will be like, well, why don't you just like call
up Tyler Perry? Let's just get Tyler Perry on the phone.
Down there in Atlanta. And I'm like, yeah, I should.
Give me his number. Since you know every fucking thing.
Since you know everything, I'm like, yeah, I should. I really should.
It's mind blowing to me, the questions that people will ask. Yeah. Like, and it's, I've had this conversation a few times with people who, of course, can relate. I can't really have a conversation with my friends who don't act, but just the idea of you just think I'm just out here fucking around, huh?
Yeah.
Like, you just think I'm just not taking life seriously.
Well, yeah, that too. That's the hard thing.
You don't see the daily work that we put into this. You don't see the last minute audition that you get where they're like, you have 2 hours to submit this. Now you have to find somebody to help you with this and do that and and then nowadays, don't even get me started on the self-tapes. It's a whole production.
It's a whole production.
If you can just do it with this kind of backdrop, but the lighting needs to be this, and then
we need a full body. We need a full body head to toe.
Khafira?
We need a full body. You need to back up in the corner and stand there.
Drive me.
We look freaking crazy.
Because this is not good. Why do you want me to full body slate? I want you to see my face up close first. That's my selling point. You wanting me to do a far away slate ain't doing neither of us any favors.
Hands are what gets me, because I'm a nail person. So every time my hands are done, I'm like, I promise you I'm getting these done. I promise you I'm getting these done.
Also,
they're probably like, yeah.
Hey, Hollywood, it feels a little ableist. Why you want to see my hands? Why you want to know how tall I am? You want to know if I'm missing a finger or something? Let's talk about that. I did an audition for McDonald's, and it was basically just me eating different sandwiches, and I was like, I don't know if this is, at some point this is like, what's going on? Who's behind me?
What is going on, guys?
Got a secret king.
Literally. Oh my God. Oh my God, I love mukbangs. I don't know. I watch all that shit. ASMR. Oh my God, I watch all that.
I had a small stint where during the lockdown where I also got into those. And I said, I have to stop this because I was going too far down the rabbit hole. It was getting darker.
No, no.
It went from like the cutesy, like
Oh, yeah,
eating a bunch of to like I was like, okay, I need to go outside. I need to
also
just
then I'm
literally touch grass right now.
And I'm like, what part of the brain is like attracted to this? I don't know. I don't know. I love
Something feral.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's a space for you.
There is. I was gonna say with acting, I feel like how I now. Okay, so recently I did. I didn't get it. One day I'm gonna come on here and say all the things that I got, and I'm not gonna be known for. It's like you're gonna edit. It's gonna be like didn't get that. Didn't get that. Anyway, no. But I did a I did like for a Poppy commercial, and I did the comparison, and it blew up on TikTok and
Oh yeah, I saw
yeah
that.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it too. I was like, really, and
It
kind of
shows how many people feel that way and go through that shit.
yes, and also I was gonna say how there wasn't a type.
Yep.
So like I was sent that by my agent. I have no idea what I knew what the obviously like the breakdown and
Right.
not the breakdown but the like the script set or whatever but I had no idea what it like if there was a type if there was anything and like seeing that people I looked up to online,
Yeah.
seeing that people I was like oh she's so far ahead she's blah 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 they're in the same room as me, and that honestly helps me a lot and
Yeah.
like we're all in the same playing field,
Yep.
and like there's no. I guess in the comparison thing or like in the acting friends thing, it's very much like we're all in the same boat and there's no shame, I think.
Because I think the perception too is like, which I had that at one point. I think it was like a few years ago. I had booked the Chime commercial, and it was pretty big. It was like playing everywhere, and I think people who don't intimately know me or know me just from IG or something thought like, oh. And then one of those people I like saw in like an audition, and they were like, "Oh, what you doing here?" I'm like, "Huh?"
Oh, thought like you were like, oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, dude, I am broke. What? What the fuck you thought? Baby, I am not on. Please. It's the perception of all of that that really be messing us up sometimes too, because it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you have a job, sure, but that thing is gone,
Oh,
and
yeah.
now
That's
like
it.
immediately that's the crazy part. Like I'll book something and I'll be on set and I'm in the moment thinking, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Because
Oh God, that's it. That's kind of, but everyone's thinking that, especially in LA now. Like, I mean, it's kind of getting better about like what's
Yes.
being filmed and stuff, but even like production wise, like everyone's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like I worked on Pop the Balloon and it was like, which was controversy in itself, but I loved the crew. It was really, but I loved the crew and it made it amazing. And I got to be on camera, so I didn't care and look pretty and pass out balloons. But I had a great time. And then, but there are people who like worked on like Euphoria, worked on The Idol, worked on all these things, and they were like, "Hey, what are we doing next?" And I'm like, "Oh, if you don't know, then I for sure don't know like what's going on." You know what I mean? So
that like, and that's definitely the type of people that I probably need to pick their brains. But people who are in our industry who like own homes and shit like that. And I'm like,
what?
how did you
How'd you do that?
how'd you do that?
Yeah.
Those are the people we need to talk to.
No, seriously.
That's the next episode. Home ownership and financial stability as an artist.
Oh God, never. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a journey.
It is a journey. And I feel like it's a journey and I love it. Even though it's a struggle, I love that we wake up every day and we get to choose our art. And for me, I will say like I worked on something recently that's gonna be on Netflix. Woo.
Yes.
And that's exciting.
Hell yeah.
But I'm like, when I was doing that, I felt such a high.
Yeah.
And then I like ended and I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
It's a drug.
Now I'm working back to my restaurant job. Oh.
The videos where they're like nobody tells you how it feels, and it was like the people who were like the Bad Bunny dancers.
Yes.
It's like when you go back to and they're like
back to their 9 to 5s.
oof.
Oh God.
It takes a certain amount of strength.
Yeah.
And to our point earlier, support from your community and family to get through that kind of shit. Because if the industry, LA, is a very lonely space, and if you don't have that kind of backup, it's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard to navigate, but you can. But yeah.
And also too, I mean, like I think about it all the time with like community and stuff like that, because I think about like people that I know who moved out here, and I'm like, damn, we don't really hang out, blah blah blah. But it's like everyone's trying to get their life together.
Oh,
You know, and it's like kind of having that, like, I'm also feeling that too as I get older, like a grace of like, okay, you're living your life, I'm living my life. People have like kids.
And we're also,
People have
LA is such a
children.
spread out.
Yeah.
People live so damn far apart. It's like,
yeah.
now I gotta deal with traffic on top of
Yeah.
all this other stuff.
In my day, like right now, I'm planning my day around this area. So like, you know, like,
That part.
yeah.
Oh, so I'm gonna be there today. Like, what else do I need in that area? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm never gonna be there again.
No, seriously.
Never going downtown again. What am I need to get done over there?
Seriously.
I get that.
Yeah.
So I would say, on an ending note,
Yeah.
what are some things that you're looking forward to, that you're excited about, and that you would want to set as like your mantra for the rest of the year in what you do and how you're feeling?
I love that. I think we are talking about this a little bit earlier, and I don't know if it was on camera or off, but about like the consistency, and just like my new motto right now is like consistency is key, because I think what I'm excited about, or just like I know what I've seen is that like hard work pays off, and it does. It may take 5 years to keep planting the seeds until you see fruition, but it's like at the end of the day, like it will show. And I think just so I said to say that I think that like showing that I can be disciplined, that I can continue the work, and that I don't give up so easily, and then seeing how that pays off. That's what I'm excited about. Like, exactly. I'm excited for like what I pour into myself now will then be something that will show up later.
Come on.
And I feel like knowing, having people like you, like the fact that you even asked me for this, I could get emotional, but
We can get emotional.
I know. Oh, I think I am. I just feel like it feels so good to be seen.
Yes. I feel that.
And you don't have that a lot, you know. Oh God, I am. But it feels so good to be seen, and it feels good to be like, even like every win is a win. You know, everything is like celebrating people being like, "Hey, you're good." Oh my God, that's crazy. Like, thanks. Like that means so much to me. Yeah, like, hey, even like you look good, you know. And so I think just, I don't know. I think just like savoring these moments too, and knowing that like this is what we're here for, is to build that community, to build that artistry, to build that like, you know, that I was to say camaraderie, but yeah, low key, like to build that and just have one another, because it's like this isn't easy, but at least we have each other, you know, and we can understand that. So I appreciate you, and I thank you for having me on, and it's a blessing to know you, and I appreciate you, and happy early birthday. I mean, I don't know if this is coming out, but
Y'all heard her. Stay the course.
Stay the course.
Stay with your village.
Yes.
Build your peoples around you.
Exactly.
Build up your people around you. And just show love. And
Show
take
love.
it easy on your damn self.
Show grace. Yes, be graceful.
Deuces. Aw, that was great.
That was great. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, of course.